Ruben Amorim presser in the US tour. Again, welcome to the show, Clovis Football Talk. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, share this video so that we can go as far as possible. We are going to break down the whole press conference of Ruben Amorim, talking about the squad, the transfers, and what is happening, with the players he exiled apparently. But before we do that, let me share this video so that more people can join in. Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'm back. So yeah, people. Ruben Amram's comments on the squad. He had Matheus Cunha with him. He was asked some few questions about what how like why did he join Man United, which I find very cliche. As a journalist, to be asking such a blatant question, such a clear question, like it's not that's not even a question though. Imagine driving to a place to interview somebody and all you're asking is just obvious questions. Like it's not really it's not really intriguing. It's not really something to write an article about. But let's break down this thing. Let me see. Just give me a minute. Um, Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to check out something. Yes, people. Ruben Amorim, I'm back. Yes. Ruben Amorim was with Matheus Cunha. Talking about the squad, talking about transfers, and so far, he says obviously he's happy with Cunha and Bumo. They are raising the level, and he has seen how far they have gone. To make sure that the solidarity you know is there for the squad, not only for the footballers but also in the backroom staff. It's good to have that harmony, right? As you know, as the previous players that were there, always causing trouble and making everybody doubt themselves, and everything. So he addressed a couple of things, and he did mention the word suffer, in the dressing room, early in the dressing room, in the press conference, and he was talking about the fact that yes, this season we're going to see some ups and downs. That's what he was trying to describe, and fans took the word suffer because of the fact that um last season he said it and it came true. So there is some PTSD there, right? You cannot tell a fan, my United fans, like, yes, we're still gonna see some failures this season and some, level raisers this season, and you put the word suffer again. It's just deja vu for what happened last season. We finished 15th in a horrible, horrible way, right? That is a new record Ruben Amorim have set for the club forever, for life, right? When you talk about Spurs winning a trophy, that is in itself is significant. Adding to the fact that Ruben Amorim lost to Spurs in the worst season of Manchester United's history, that itself, in addition to the fact that Spurs won a trophy, is very significant. And that is a big history right there. So coming back to the fact that he's mentioning few things, I understand that language barrier is a thing, and fans from England, I'm going to specify, fans from England, right? They are too sensitive when it comes to certain things of language, right? They cling on to that, is what I'm saying. Like they hang on to it and they make it a thing. When Eric Ten Hag was here, he had the same problem. When Eric Ten Hag was at Manchester United, he had the same problem, language barrier. I understood him perfectly and clearly because again, I'm from Belgium and I know like the way he speaks. Dutch people, they are very straightforward and the translation sometimes when it comes to English, it is not the same, right? So you cannot literally take some things in the way they say, right? So Ruben Amorim is finding himself very in a peculiar position right now, where there are some things that he overly express and overly explains, so that the fans don't get it twisted. Still, it's still taken out of context, right? And Ruben Amorim is saying there that, like, um, um, because I'm seeing, like Ruben Amorim at the end asks, right? Because there was so many repeated questions. Like I said in the beginning of this video, like, um, why are journalists or people, um, why are people not picking up on the fact that he has a lot to do. Ask more about the squad and how he's going to do this season, but then they keep asking about things that are not really, really. How can I say? Putting questions. They're not asking good questions. Is what I'm saying. It was really like even I alone could have written all what they will ask. Like it's not that deep. So Ruben Amorim said, in the presser at one point, he said, I'm surprised. Let me read it so that you guys can hear precisely what he asked. Because again, some of y'all did not see it. I watched it, and I don't want to, misquote him. Right? He said, "I'm surprised that the media sitting there didn't ask why I take it as we are not ready yet. My system needs a striker, midfielder, and new goalkeeper. But for now, I work with what I got." Thoughts? Um, I mean, the press conference is in itself. Everybody's on holiday, and like when you have people who are not well connected to the to the club, ask Ruben Amorim questions just to ask and just to fill in their news articles. Ask the question. They ask the Man United manager questions. It becomes an issue because they are not deep diving into what we really need and what we don't get to hear behind the scenes, right? Us as fans, we are some of us or some other people are privileged enough to know people who are behind the scenes of Manchester United and what words get out, right? That's how we get information, right? Somebody like me, I cannot claim to know anything. I'm far away from England. I'm far away from Manchester. So I read, right? I read the behind scenes of my United. They have a website. Go check it out. And I mean, I just read to know precisely what they're talking about, right? And Ruben Amorim, shares his thoughts on Cunha and Mbumo, how they are level raisers, and how um, you know, I mean, how they show that commitment and togetherness. When they are training, and that's what he wants for the whole squad and for the backroom staff to have the harmony and to have that togetherness. That's how they're gonna win some games. He described it. That's how they're gonna push through in some games where we are drawing games or we are almost losing, and that togetherness can help win games. Um, I'm gonna get to the obvious Ganacho, um, um, Anthony, and or the other guys that are not playing Sancho that are not playing for the club, right? I'm gonna address that later on, but let's stick to the fact that again, poor journalism, and I did not our fan channels that usually gets there and did not really get their questions through because there were so many people, and it is a shame because I would like to hear, what our fan channels say. It's 2025. Things have changed when it comes to journalism, and for them to be asking basic questions like to Cunha, like why did you join Manchester United? We can do that when not on the how can I say, like it's a cheap question. It's a cheap question right there. You cannot act like we have so many things we need to discuss, like the keeper, like the striker, which is the main thing when it comes to Manchester United. The striker. Ask Ruben Amorim questions. You're asking Cunha why he joined Man United as if, like, duh, we are Man United. Players would love to join Man United. Unfortunately, we finished 50 and we did not win anything last season. Had it been we won trophies last season, trust me, players would be floating. We would have gotten Victor Yokeres as it stands. So again, asking Cunha such a one-line question that I myself would have written, that just that just makes me believe you are not far from me. Like, you as a journalist, you are not far from me. So it is very discouraging the type of questions they ask, But when the when Robert Amorim was asked about, is he satisfied with two signings or three signings because Diego Leon is there, um, he was satisfied with the squad that he now currently have. Obviously, he's gonna say, yeah, I mean, the squad is good and I'm happy with it. But obviously, he's not, because we still need a striker, right? We need a striker. We need a midfielder who plays, a deep midfielder who can carry the ball from the back to Bruno Fernandes or to Cunha or to Bumo, and like that, those through ball who can dribble, who can hold the ball very well. I mean, it's very necessary. You feel me? So again, we need a good keeper. Yes, we have been linked to my guy from Belgium, Lemans, and again, I live like literally 5 minutes from Antwerp Royal, right? I live like literally 5 minutes from Antwerpen Royal, and he's a very good keeper, and he's his distribution is very good. But I need a keeper that can catch the ball and actually you know save us from embarrassment, right? We have seen Onana go through ups and downs. I, as a Man United fan and a Cameroonian, it is very difficult for me to sit here and you know back Onana. Like, it is very difficult for me to do that because, again, hey, what can I say? He has been, failing for quite some time. So we definitely need a keeper. We definitely need a keeper. And as for the striker, yes, Oli Watkins is one of the names, and I would like to see. We're going to talk about that, right? Let me get back to this presser, because again, when it comes to the players that eventually did not fly out to the US tour, Ganacho, Sancho, who else? Malasia, Anthony, right? Because again, we all know Marcus Rashford got his dream move to Barcelona. So obviously he is living life right there. But the people that the players that did not travel to US, Ruben Amorim was asked, like, what is the situation with them, and he clearly said, I mean, he's willing to welcome them back. Obviously, they will need to play, if they want to play in the World Cup, and they are still contracted to Manchester United, obviously. Or the other hand, they are waiting. The club, Jason Wilcox and the rest, they are waiting in the last minute to sell these players because they know clubs will be desperate to get these players, and they would definitely be pricing them, right? It's a good way of bringing it back because I said it in multiple videos, right? On my TikTok videos, I said it on my um, I said it on my YouTube shorts. Ruben Amorim made a big mistake, right? I know some of y'all might look at this and say, no, he didn't. I'm going to break it down. But before we do that, please, if you're watching this video, like, share, and subscribe. I just started. There's not a lot of people watching this video, please. So I just started doing, YouTube, football YouTube content like just recently. So if you're watching this and asking yourself, why is this live not having too many people, is because again I haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet. I haven't reached a lot of people, so I'm fairly new in this show. But welcome to the people who are here watching this video. Please share this video so that it goes out to a lot of people. We can build a community here. Clovis Football Talk is about reactions to our matches, which we have a match today. Um, Man United have a match today. Also, we are going to be making, I'm going to be reacting to the football I watch. I talk everything Manchester United as well, anything that comes to my radar and I want to address when it comes to Manchester United. So please like, share, and subscribe. It's going to mean a lot to this channel. Now back to Ruben Amorim's press conference and Ganacho, Sancho, and the rest. How it's going. Yes, him saying that he wants to, he is willing to receive them back to the club, or receive them back to the squad, make them train and make them have some games. Cool, I'm not against that, right? Because we sit here and we exile players before they are being exiled, and when they do, we cast them out, right? Same thing with McTominay, same thing with Rashford, same thing with the Pogba. We can name players that have done well for the club, but then yes, the system might not favor them at some point. Don't mean they are out of sudden shit players. They are not. You cannot say that. Look, McTominay is a prime example of what happens to Manchester United's academy, and they go out there and they actually show you that you were wrong. And instead of grown ass YouTube men who make videos for a living come out and say, you know what, I'm wrong, they rather be wrong and strong. And that is what I'm not here for, right? If I have come out any time and say, you know what, I'm wrong about this, it's because truly I really feel like, oh, you know what, I'm wrong about what I said, right? And for Ganacho to come back if he doesn't find a club, right? Yes, it's gonna sting a little bit because Ruben Amorim clearly said, pray you better find another club, which means he doesn't want him back. So to actually be asked in the press conference about the fact that if the players don't find a club, what then? He answered it perfectly, and that's what I wanted to hear because saying they are exiled bring down the price massively, including the fact that we did not win the Europa League, including the fact that we are 15th in the Premier League. We finished 15th in the Premier League. So you cannot sit there and actually say, "Oh no, it's about the players. Look at their attitude. He wore a shirt. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about Garnacho wearing Aston Villa shirt? Who knows? Maybe Aston Villa might buy him now, and then what? All the fake rage was for nothing. Players wear other club shirts. It happens all the time. Unfortunately, Manchester United has a big global fan base where we cling on to everything. Anything a player does, we make as if these players are robots. They have feelings and they have families, and we just think, oh no, this player should take a wage cut just because they are loyal to the club. What the hell are you talking about? These players have families. Jadon Sancho is not obliged to cut his wages because of you. No, he is not. I will not never accept that. He has a family. He has people he's taking care of. So out of a sudden now I should be cutting my wages just to just to make you fans feel good. No, I will never do that. So from the players' perspective, I understand. It's up to the club and the previous regime who has sucked the life out of Manchester United so many years by buying players for more price, more than the asking price, and giving them big wages. So it's not Anthony's fault. It's not Jadon Sancho's fault. Garnacho is not even on high wages because it's pure pure profit, pure profit for real. And clubs are waiting to lowball Man United and get a cheaper deal. Man United say no, no, no. We can get 40 or nothing. And when it comes to Garnacho, I don't care what you think about it, right? Let me know down the comments when it comes to this Ruben Amram's press conference down the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. When it comes to Garnacho, I don't care how you feel about him. Do not sell him for cheap. Look at the market right now. Everybody's going going out going out on a 55 to 60 million to 70 million and crazy amounts of things Liverpool are doing. So you cannot sell Garnacho for that cheap. It is a mistake. Not only that, in the Premier League because that's where he wants to play. So we are literally selling to one of our rivals. And not only that, he's going to cook anywhere he goes. Forget about this thing that, oh, Garnacho does not know how to play. He runs in blind alley, blah, 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 blah. No, he's a kid. He's learning. By the time he picks up some few tricks that suits his game, he's going to cook. And then what? Then what? Because we said the same thing about McTominay. Guess what? He is the champions. He is one of the champions. He is living life in Italy right now. You know what? People said, oh, he's hiding in the midfield. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. That's somebody who wanted to play football but was misprofiled. I am not saying Garnacho was misprofiled. Don't get it twisted. In the Man United shirt, he has not done enough, but he has done enough when it comes to when when you look at all the kids around, like around his age, he has done enough, right? Now it just depends on the system. The system, obviously, last season, every single player failed last season. But that's just one season. So to completely cast him out is ridiculous to me, right? So Ruben Amorim saying all these players, he will be happy to receive them back makes a lot of sense for the media to share that out for other teams to be like, oh, wait a minute. If he doesn't get a club, cool, he's still gonna play. He's still gonna fight for a position, but that's not guaranteed because Ruben Amorim might not still play. But what he said right there makes other clubs to think twice and actually come and put a bid for these players, which is a good thing. So, people, let me know what you think. Please leave your comments. I'll be reading them. Share this video, please. Again, like I said, not too many people are joining this live. Is because a few of you watching are not sharing this video. Please share the video. Again, I just started YouTube football content. I am not big in this, so I need to start on the ground level. I need to start somewhere. So please share this video. It's gonna mean a lot. Like this video and subscribe. It's gonna mean a lot, guys. So back to Ruben Amorim and Cunha and Brian Bumo. They are two additional. They are two level raisers when it comes to Man United, and not only Man United, but like other teams are looking at these two players. It is elite, right? To fathom that we finish 15th and still shop in the market as if we have been up there is crazy. We are potentially going to get three top five most rated players in the Premier League. So we are going to get three of them. The most rated players in the Premier League, we are going to get three of them. Mo Salah, Haaland, Brian Mbumo, Cunha. Um, you have who else? Alexander Isak, and you have Oli Watkins. In those people, we are gonna get Oli Watkins, Brian Mbumo, and Cunha. I'm telling you, go to any game, which we will see tonight. Obviously, we don't have a striker yet. Go to any game, and those you see those front line. That is straightening right there. That is straightening right there, which is a good thing because again, I don't want to give Ruben Amorim this season any excuses. Get him a striker, get him a midfielder. We will definitely get a keeper for cheap, which is 70 million. I think they were pricing for Lemans, right? Lemans is gonna get Saint Lemans is gonna get like their asking price is 17 million, but I think Man United can get it for 12 to 15 million max. You know, 12 plus add-ons, right? And that's what I'm thinking. So we get Amram that. Trust me, trust me. No excuses. He's gonna come cooking, and I'm really betting on Ruben Amorim to cook this season because I wanted him to be sacked last season for the fact that we lost against Spurs. Against Spurs, not only that, we lost a trophy we should have won, and that would have gotten us a clean playing field of a pool of players. We would have been swimming right now with players fighting to join Manchester United, but because we don't have Champions League, that killed the whole momentum, right? And Ruben Amorim coming about, yes, we're gonna suffer this season, in some positions, and we're gonna yeah, we're gonna get some positivity because we have two players who can raise the levels, and the word positivity brings PTSD for my United players. They do, they do, and I cannot sit and really blame the fans, but to an extent. But at the same time, fans are taking a lot of what Ruben Amorim said out of context when it comes to, hey, we're going to suffer this season. When he says that, he's not translating it well. He's not saying it well, right? And it makes everybody think, um, like he's literally saying, no, we are going to suffer. No, that's not what he's saying, right? That's not what he's saying. In between what he's saying, there are subtitles, right? That in between what he's saying, there's things you need to understand to know, okay, this is what he means. It's not literally we are going to suffer because he knows himself. He's not stupid. He knows himself. My United fans will not want to hear this. Rightfully so. I don't want my manager coming out every single time describing the storm, describing the weather conditions, and describing the fact that, oh, we're going to suffer. What is that? Man United in their worst season still wins couple of games, still win trophies. This is why I keep on saying to people, as much as you hate, uh, some people hate Eric Ten Hag, give his praises because we don't know when we are going to see our next trophy. We don't know that. Yes, Manchester United they are always into finals and into competitions, far into competitions. We went last season almost invincible with the Europa League. But when it comes to the Premier League, I just don't know where the disconnect was. But I know if Ruben Amorim would have come out of his stubbornness, we would have won that game. So again, that's just a lot to take in as a fan, and you know we 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 literally cannot fathom the fact that we're going to suffer this season. No, we cannot do that. Um, there are some quotes. I'm going to read some quotes as well. Um, Ruben Amorim lack of motivations. Lack of motivation when it comes to certain times, certain tough times, right? Is gonna be the reason why we don't go far. I'm gonna predict this right now, right? The lack of motivation by Ruben Amorim to the players is going to be the reason we don't go far. And motivation is a key component when it comes to athletes in general. Motivation is the key to their success. Hard work, of course, their work rate is, if you don't put in, if you don't put in work, you will not get the results at the end of it, right? But when motivation is a key to athletes when it comes to them getting motivated and finishing over the line. Ruben Amorim lacks that part. Man management is something that he needs to develop in his game as well, right? We're going to face adversities this season coming up, aka Arsenal. We are going to play Arsenal the first game. And guess what? What is his motivation to the players? We lost again the Europa League because Ruben Amorim lacked motivation. If that was Eric Ten Hag, please tell me I'm wrong. Please let me know down in the comments I'm wrong. If Eric Ten Hag was in that position playing the Europa League, it's a guarantee we are winning that game. You know why? It's not even so much of his tactics. It's about motivation. And we all heard the motivational speech he gave for Man United, and we went on to win the FA Cup. We had no right to win all of those trophies. We had no right. But we won them because Eric Ten Hag motivated these players. He gave them a belief. Ruben Amorim does not strike me like somebody who has that. Even in his press conference, he keep on saying it. He brings the word suffer. He brings the word difficult times. We don't want to hear that as fans, but I hear him. He is way too honest, and that is the problem right there. Because again, I'm not going to contradict myself, right? Or say fans they ask for honesty, and then when you get it, it becomes a problem. No, 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 no. There's a fine line, right? There's a fine line between being realistic and being, how can I say, and hope, right? You can and delusion. Let me say, right? Don't delude people too much, and don't make people think we are going to suffer. And then when any of these two happens, it proves the point, right? Saying last season we're going to suffer and we literally suffered. It proved the point that damn, he was saying the truth. But at the end of the day, you are the one in the driving seat. What did you do to the to go past the pothole? What did you do? You are in the driving seat. You can clearly see the pothole right there, and you're saying it. Okay, what did you do to get past the pothole without us being getting hurt? Again, people, we have to use our heads. Ruben Amorim is not making himself favorable right now, right? Yes, there are some things he cleaned up, but it's not good enough for me. I prefer to stick with the delusion of Eric Ten Hag coming out and saying, "Listen, we are the biggest club in the world. We won trophies, and we our mentality for this season is to win trophies and is to play games and win games." That's what he was saying, literally Yes, that was delusional, but he backed himself up and won two damn trophies. We had no right to be winning those trophies, like I said previously. But the belief, the morale, the lifts. He's not Ruben Amorim is not coming with that belief we're gonna be fourth next season or be fifth next season or even third next season. He's not coming with that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here saying with Cunha, Mbumo, Oli Watkins, Amat, Bruno Fernandez. Jesus Christ, that is a game. We are coming. We are bringing a game. We have a good squad right there. But Ruben Amorim is not making us feel that this preseason, oh, we are going to, definitely cook. We are definitely gonna bring it. He's not filling us with hope. Man United fans at this point need hope and they need evidence that suggests that hope. If you don't speak it into existence, it will never work. You cannot sit and say, God, please, I pray you provide me with some money and da da da, and you don't go out there and do something. If you keep sitting home and expecting God to help you, he can only do that like this. But you still need to take yourself and get to the place where you want to where you prayed for. So, in what I'm saying is, Ruben Amorim needs to make us feel like we belong in that top four. We belong in that top five. We belong in that third. Make us believe we can win any team, despite the fact that Liverpool at this point is gathering all the Infinity Stones. Make us feel like nothing will shake us. I'm not feeling that from Ruben Amorim watching his first presser back from disaster. What hope are you giving the fans? Is the most important thing. Uh, One of the quotes Ruben Amorim said is, "I'm not going to tell you about our vision to one press conference, but we want to win the Premier League and be an elite club." Cool. That's just cool. That's something I myself could. I can sit here and tell you precisely what I think about Manchester United. What I'm going to do this pre-season and what I'm going to do when it comes to the Premier League if I'm a manager. I can come up with that like that, right? Let's try it. Ruben, say Clovis, what do you think about this season going being the fact that you lost to Spurs last season and you finished 15th? What are you looking forward to this season to fix and what's happening? Here is my answer. Last season was a disaster for all of us, and I'm accountable for what happened. And this season, with the new players coming in, I believe we have a strong squad to, potentially challenge for the Premier League. Yes, we still have a lot of work to do. We need a keeper, a striker, and a holding midfielder to, make this thing really go. And we need the whole squad to focus and, make sure that we have the best squad, every game, every single week, in going against our rivals. We can clearly see they are strengthening, and we need to strengthen as well and make sure that we play our game and get to that top level where Manchester United belong because we are a big club and we should be challenging at every level. Last season was unacceptable, and this season I'm willing to change that. See what I just did right there? It just came out fly. It's what I'm saying. It just came out. This thing is not magic, people. Like, see what I just said there? It fills the fans with bloody hope. Ruben Amorim was not giving me that yesterday. He wasn't. I was so angry I wanted this man sacked. I still want him gone. But I'm not gonna be wrong and strong. Not wrong, but I'm not gonna stick to my point as if it's gospel. No. I'm willing to give him this preseason players coming in to see what he's gonna do because against Leeds, I did not see anything. Okay, because we are literally changing the whole first 11. Like he was doing a lot, changing a lot of players, which is preseason. There's nothing I can take from that. There's nothing I can learn from that. There's nothing I can actually go for when it comes to that. Feel me? 40 minutes in, people. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this video, it's gonna mean a lot. Please let me know down in the comments what you think, and it helps a lot by making more people come to the channel. Again, people, I'm still fairly new in the football content, making and all that stuff. As you can clearly see, I'm an artist. I don't, I just again, I just fairly I'm a Man United supporter, right? So I just decided to create a page, a channel where I can express myself when it comes to Manchester United. I'm still new. Clovis Football Talk. Make sure you get the name and share it to more people for people to join. It's gonna mean a lot. Like, share, and subscribe. People share this video. More people can join this community. Okay, please. Back to the players. When it comes to Garnacho, Sancho, Marcus Rashford is already gone to Barca. I wish him good luck. He deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. I watched the video from Talksport. They were a disgrace about judging Marcus Rashford, a black young superstar, bringing his car and the type of car he drives to football. That was disgusting from Talksport. That was disgusting and very low hanging fruit racism right there. And that's not what I want to see. So, Garnacho, I mean, if the club don't find a suitable offer for him, right, it's only but natural that Ruben Amorim plays him because he can still do a job. He can still do a job. Yes, he was poor last season. So was everybody. Everybody was poor last season. Everybody was poor last season. Ahmad had 8 goals, was on the run, got injured. Kobe Menu was on the run, got injured. A lot of players playing last season did not bring it. So the fact that we just watched one failed season of Garnacho, we now out of a sudden cast him out as, oh, he's shit. Oh, he's not good. He Noni Madueke is better than him because he dribbles. Cool. He dribbles to what end? Like he dribbles to what end? Noni Madueke still have a lot to do. So as Garnacho. So why are we making all of these things look like, oh, this person is better than this person? Compared to Lami Yamal, his age mates and Musiala, was it? Is it Musiala? Who is his group? Like the same group? And no. Nico Williams, right? The same age group. I mean, having 7 goals, or was it 6 goals? Garnacho had 6 or 7 goals, something like that. Like that was. I mean, yes, he failed massively. So was everybody in the club. So was every single player out there last season. Yes, this system requires a lot of running and a lot of technical abilities, but at the end of the day, he can still do a job. If we don't get a club for him, I would naturally would have thought, yes, bring him back. And I'm not saying he should be welcome with open arms and no. You still have to pay for what you did last season. It was a failure. Every single player needs to look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, I failed. That's it. So again, it was a disgrace, people. And um, you know, I'm just trying to understand the fact that Ruben Amorim needs a lot of work. He needs to implement the style of play. I keep on saying it. On my last video, on my last live I did, He needs a style of play. He needs to show us that. He needs to manage very well because he's too emotional and he doesn't sometimes read the room. The England press are not your friends. They don't give a shit about you. They don't want to. They just ask the questions to get their headlines. And you, Ruben Amorim, you need to wake up and know. You know what? There are some questions I will not ask. That's the answer. There are some questions I will just be like, you know what? Give you the delusion, the semi delusional part. I'm not saying you should be all the way delusional because Eric Ten Hag, he knew what to tell you and what not to tell you. He knew what headlines would go and what headlines would not go. So he made you seem, oh, he's delusional. He was not, because fans were literally taking everything he said as gospel. I'm like, are you guys really stupid? Like, are fans really like you have Man United fans who have grown men who can think for themselves, don't use their heads at all. And they are doing the same thing to Ruben Amorim, clinging to every single word he says. No. What I always do, me personally, is take what you say and dissect it several ways to make sure that I really understand what you're saying so that when it goes this way or goes this way, I know, okay, this is what you were talking about. All right. Yes, I said earlier, he doesn't fill me with hope. He's not giving the players hope. He's not really coming out. I don't know what he's telling the players behind the scenes, but he's not really coming out. He's not singing from the same hymn sheet. Hymn sheet is what I'm saying. He's not coming out with this is what I told the players and this is what I'm telling you. He's coming up with negative, semi negative, but then small positives. That's not a fan is supposed to be there and watch like a normal person and be like, man, I like this manager, man. Show me that. It is rather unfortunate that the whole internet is being taken by Ruben Amorim's press conference. Yes, we are the big club. You don't see this at Liverpool. You don't see this at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is the biggest, but yet you don't see him doing so many interviews. But what can I say? You cannot say you are the biggest club and then not have this. It's impossible. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm the bigger club here," and then run away from responsibilities and what comes with it. Chelsea cannot be the world champions right now, and then when they say, "Are you going to be challenging for the Premier League title?" Try to win it, and they are running away from responsibility. No, 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 no. You cannot do that. Chelsea at this season cannot do that. So what I'm saying is for a lot of Man United fans coming out and saying, "Oh, Man United, the Ruben Amorim is back again with press conference." That's what he's supposed to do. I'm sorry, when you sign that paper of becoming the Man United's head coach or manager, you know what you're signing for. It's gonna be difficult. It's about how you handle it. Everything in this life is gonna be difficult. It's about how you handle it. So again, people, like, share, and subscribe. It helps a lot. Please, 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 please. We have literally 1.5 minutes to go. So, yeah. I mean, I would like to see Ruben Amorim really, how can I say, make us give us the belief to think this season we are gonna be on that top five, right? Individuality is a thing. Yes, our players are gonna bring the individual levels to it. Cunha and Bumo, we know what um, Bruno Fernandez does. We know that Bruno Fernandez is a magnificent player, right? We know what he does week in, week out, and year in, year out. Goals and assists, right? 8 goals, 10 assists. Like he is him, right? So again, Ruben Amorim needs a lot to. He needs to bring a lot to the table and make us fans believe we are going to be up there. We are one of the biggest. We are one of the biggest clubs. clubs right there. And it's unfortunate that we keep finding ourselves last season in the bottom half of the Premier League, and all to the point where we're almost thinking of relegation. I wouldn't have said that as a Man United fan. We are going to be relegated at one point. Like it should never happen. So he needs a lot of work. And people, please, I'm gonna be making some shots. I'm gonna be making some videos also for my TikTok. Everything is on the description right down there. Please make sure you go check it out, or just click onto my page, copy whatever you're copying. I'm also on Twitter X. Check me out. My details are there. Follow me, like, share, and subscribe, people. You know, let me see what else is there to talk about, right? Again, I talked about the striker, I talked about the keeper, I'm talking about the holding midfielder, right? So we need to make sure that we you know if you are listening to this video after the effect, please leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about Ruben Amorim's press conference. And today we are playing Bournemouth. We are playing Bournemouth, and I don't know what time it is precisely because it's in America. And um, I don't. Are we playing Bournemouth today? Wait, let me see. Let me check this real quick. Um, it's tomorrow 1 p.m. Okay, it's midnight today. We are playing West Ham. Sorry, we are playing West Ham, not Bournemouth. I was thinking, huh? Bournemouth is our next game, right? On the 31st. So we are playing West Ham today at midnight, Belgium time, of course, Europe time. I mean, 1 a.m., 12 midnight, 1 a.m. is when we are playing West Ham. And, yeah, that was it, people. I'm going to be doing the reactions, I think, the next morning because, again, I cannot. I'll watch the game for sure just to see what I'm talking about, just to see if we have gotten um, improvements. And Brian Mbumo, as a Cameroonian, I have to be there. You feel me? As a Cameroonian, I have to be there. So Brian Mbumo, Cunha, how they're gonna play with Joshua Zexi and Rasmus Hoyland. But cool. We're gonna see how it plays out. I'm going to do my match reaction um after the game, but not immediately after the game because again, I still need to sleep. Man's gonna sleep. Man's going to sleep. So yeah, we're going to see what happens. And people, again, like, share, and subscribe to Clovis Football Talk. I'm gonna be back again, this evening. I'm gonna be back live this evening. So stay tuned, please, please, people. Gather everybody when I will be live this evening talking about Manchester United football content and developments that has happened this season. So people, stay tuned and let me know what you think. Feel me? Watching after the effect or after this, watching after this live, leave your comments down below. I'm going to be reading them. I'm going to be answering them. Let's have a discussion and probably a topic in there that I might use to make this live come through in the evening. So people, if you're seeing this video, watch this video again. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Follow me on all my socials, on X, on TikTok as well. If whatever platform you like, you're gonna see Clovis Footy Talk on X, Clovis Football Talk on TikTok. Again, I'm on Instagram, but I'm an artist, so make sure stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it. Peace.